everybody, it's Jess here with Blessed Jess. Thank you so much for watching another family daily vlog, day in the life of our family. We have the kids back here. It's Saturday morning and we are headed to the library. It's not quite 10 o'clock yet.
I already told you.
Yeah, so we just ended yesterday's vlog and we're starting today at the same frame of just like 2 or 3 minutes. So welcome to today's vlog. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do. Nate has requested Chick-fil-A for lunch, which I guess we'll be good with that, right? We always are good with Chick-fil-A. The only thing is it's Saturday, it may be crazy. So hopefully
Nobody's never better than Chick-fil-A.
Nobody's never better than Chick-fil-A. You are right, Lucy.
Never better?
Never better.
Or ever better?
Never better.
Nothing
is better than Chick-fil-A.
No one's ever better than Chick-fil-A.
That's right, Lucy. I agree.
I like it.
I was up at 5 o'clock this morning, but I did sleep all night, so that's good. The night before.
I heard you sneak in my room.
I did not sneak in your room.
I heard you.
Last night?
Last night to tuck you in.
Yeah, I always check on them before I go to bed. Nate was up about 5:30, and so hopefully I can get a little nap today. But right now we're headed to the library. This little boy is very excited about the library. And
I'm excited.
You're excited too.
I've been screaming all day long.
Oh boy.
That's not a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Save your voice, Lisa.
I've been screaming all day long. You've been good. You guys have been good. And then we're going to go to Chick-fil-A. I don't know if we're going to do anything else, but we're going to take you along with us today. Whatever we do, you will come along for it. What do you guys want to do today besides the library?
Okay. Have fun.
Have fun? What do you want to do today, Nate?
Wait.
Nate.
What's the wizard?
He's busy telling himself a story in his head.
Okay, where am I here?
Okay, you guys, come along with us. We'll show you everything we do.
I see
We'll show you what kind of books the kids are really loving, going to the library and picking out their books and all of that fun stuff. So,
And I like Peppa books.
Peppa books are big.
Daniel Tiger.
Daniel Tiger. Well, we don't really have Daniel Tiger books at the library. Pete the Cat, Dr. Seuss. Nate's in rare form today. All right, we'll see you guys back at the library.
I floated off of the ground tonight. The way you look at me just like I'm yours. Yeah, I never felt like this before. You make me feel the way I ain't feel in a minute. I feel like I'm living when I'm looking at you, baby. Never felt like this before. You gave me butterflies in my tummy like you do. You just give me love and like I can only get from you. Yeah. They doing out of my lungs, 'cause you are the only one to give me butterflies in my tummy like you do. You do. You do.
Hello guys, so we're home and we had planned to do a lot more than we did, so I'll tell you how it went at the library. I like to share our autism journey and struggles sometimes. Nate's very well behaved when we go out in public, I mean, all things considered, but he did have a little bit of a hard time today. At the library, he was so good. He did not even want to play the computers, he just wanted to read books. We were there for well over an hour, closer to an hour and a half. And then right before we left, maybe 10 or 15 minutes before we left, I found these books. So I was showing him because he loves the Mo Willems books, The Pig and the Elephant or something. And I found like they had a whole section of them that we had never seen before, like maybe 20 plus books. Okay. So I told him, okay, pick out a few. We already had a big bag of books by that point. And we were trying to leave, and every time we would get, it's kind of a long walk between like where all the kids' books are to like where you leave the library, get to your car, and every time we would get close to leaving, he would run all the way back to the kids section, and I'd have to go in there and talk to him, and it was just really hard. He did not want to leave those books, and when he gets like that, there's really no negotiation, compromise, anything. I'm like praying, Lord, please just help us get out of this library. He did not yell. He didn't throw a fit. But if we try to like hold his hand and, walk him out of the library, he just would fall on the floor and run back to the library. And he's at the point now where he is big, and even me and David, like, there's no like holding him and getting him out of places he doesn't want to do. So after like 5 times of him doing this and me thinking, we're just going to have to stay at the library forever, I was like taking books and like hiding them on another shelf, which I feel bad about. I need to go back and fix. But I just wanted to get out of there, and he was not having it. He was not leaving a single book. So, finally, like the 5th time he did it, I don't know, we had checked out a few. David and Lucy were waiting for us at the front of the library, and he kept running back, and I'm exhausted and desperate. Finally, I just let him pick up every single book he could hold, which was a good another like probably 15 books. And thankfully David had his card too, because we definitely checked out a bunch. And so he was carrying all of these books. Of course, David already checked out all the other ones, so I took him to the checkout, like self-checkout. And he was just really upset about even having to put them down at that. I was kind of crying about it. And so in all the chaos, apparently a couple of them didn't get actually checked out. So when we went to leave, the thing started beeping, and our library people are like super like, I mean, I get like it's books they don't want to lose, but man, they are serious about that beeper. They're, calling us over and having to go through all of our books to figure out which books were the ones that didn't get checked out. And Nate was just done. Like he was not having it. And I don't think the people like understood. I would have if I had to have said like he's autistic and this is what's going on, but they didn't pick up on it, I guess. And so they were just going really slow and all of this. And I'm just like, please, let's go out of this library. I'm never going to leave this library. So we finally fixed it, and he let us take him out of the library once he had all of those books. So I don't know. It was an experience, and he got really flushed because he had on this big sweatshirt because it was cold outside, and between the running around and all that, he was burning up. So it's like taking his jacket off of him. He was just really aggravated, which I hate because he had done so well for that time at the library. But there's some kind of like OCD thing of I've got to have all of them, and they were ones that he loves that he didn't know were there, and so he wasn't going to leave any of them. So then we left, and we told him, you cannot, because I knew the next thing we were going to do is go to Chick-fil-A. So I started warning him, you cannot bring all of these books into Chick-fil-A. I could just imagine that, like 20 something books. So he just started freaking out and crying. So we decided to just get Chick-fil-A to go and come home. So now him and Lucy are very happily looking at all the books, and I am exhausted. Sometimes you have to laugh. When I rounded that corner and David saw us holding all of those books, he was dying laughing, and I was too. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you just have to laugh. This is our life, And I mean, this could happen with a typical kid as well, not just autistic. But for Nate, when he gets in that frame of mind, it is very hard to get him out of it. So next time we may have to like have a limit to how many books he can have. I was trying to limit it in the moment. It was not flying, but he does really well if I prepare him. So I think next time we will go in with a limit, and normally he's fine, but I think it was the fact that he really wanted all of those books. So I'm gonna have to like sneak some out when he goes to school or whatever. We do not need like 30 something books here to have to keep up with until we return them in 3 weeks. So I am exhausted, y'all. Mentally and physically exhausted. And it was crazy. It was so nice. I even put on Facebook, this is like the most relaxing library trip. Everybody was being so good. And then we had World War III there in the library. That's crazy. But anyway, everybody's happy and good now. Everybody's had their chicken, and we're gonna have a little rest time. Like I said, I've been up since like 5, so I am feeling it. I am feeling it, y'all. But anyway, autism, mom life. Mom life is just mom life anyway, right? Like, I'm sure all of you have had kids that pitched a fit or whatever. Yeah, and like with Nate, at least like getting super stern with him or trying to discipline really harshly is really hard in the moment. Like, he does not respond well to that. Just staying calm and talking to him quietly is usually what I have to do to kind of get the situation passed. And then I finally just broke and let him get all the books because I was afraid of just heck raining down if we didn't. So anyway, we'll work on it for next time. I'll have to make a social story about how we cannot take all the books home from the library. Thank God there was not like a whole shelf, or we would have, I mean, you do have a limit. I think we're pretty close to our limit with both of our library cards. So anyway, we're going to take a little rest. I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. The day has to get better from here, right?
Lovebirds.
Lovebirds? How do you know they're lovebirds? Two birds are making a nest on my head?
Two birds? Why?
Why would two birds make a nest on my head? I'm afraid to ask. Do I have an egg on my head?
1, 2, 3! You have 3 eggs on your head.
I do not want 3 eggs on my head.
Then I have good news.
Alright, you guys, it's later on in the night. It's almost 5:40. I'm going to make some homemade mac and cheese in the pressure cooker, Instant Pot, whatever you have. So I put a pound of macaroni in here, 4 cups of water, and 4 tablespoons of butter, and half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to put the lid on, stir it up real good first, put the lid on, and it's going to go manual high pressure for 4 minutes. And then when it gets done, we'll do the quick release and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, you guys, I did a 4-minute cook, and then I released the steam, or the pressure, and then I just opened this, and there's usually you don't have to drain this, but I had a little bit extra water. I didn't drain all of that water. I just tilted it over the sink and drained, I don't know, maybe half a cup of it or so, just because I don't want this super watery. And then I'm going to add a can of evaporated milk. Makes it really creamy. You can use half and half or cream or milk. The milk won't be as creamy as the other stuff. And then I have a heaping 2 cups, it's more like 3 cups of cheddar cheese, and I don't know if I'm going to use all of this, but I probably will because this is a lot of pasta, and I'm just going to stir it. I like to grate my own cheese for this, otherwise it is a little bit grainy with the pre-shredded kind. I'm going to stir it up. It's hard to do with one hand, but if it gets stringy, just keep stirring it and it will turn from stringy to creamy. So if it's a little bit thin, you can let it sit and it will thicken up. And if you don't like it thin, you can always drain all the water. But this is like my favorite way to cook pasta. So when it gets all the way done, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, you guys, so to thicken it up, I just turned on the saute feature just for a couple of minutes, watching it really close because it will burn on the bottom, and it's thickened up nicely. I had to add extra salt because it was a little bland. You definitely could add more cheese or whatever other seasonings, garlic, onion powder, anything like that. But this is nice and creamy. I've also, instead of the evaporated milk, used a little bit of half and half and some cheddar cheese soup, Campbell's cheddar cheese soup mix, plus some shredded cheese, and it was also really good. It's a little more cheesy doing it that way than this way, but it looks super yummy, right? So, best way to make a lot of mac and cheese in a short amount of time. You guys, this is how you know that the mac and cheese is good. Nate ate every bite. So, it was really, really good. It would also be good, we were talking, if you put this whole mixture in a casserole dish, topped it with a little more cheese, and baked it in the oven, it would be really good. So anyway, let me know if you guys try it, or if you make something similar, how you do it. Okay, you guys, so I was packaging up leftovers, and I thought, hey, instead of putting this in the fridge and eating it later, why don't I freeze one? So this is like an 8x8 little aluminum pan. So I saved a little bit for Nate because he'll want some tomorrow. I'll just have for him another day. And I'll stick that in the fridge. But this I'm going to freeze. So I just sprayed a little I cannot talk. Sprayed a little Pam. And then I put the mac and cheese in and sprinkled it with a little bit of extra cheese. And I'm going to saran wrap this. The dryer's going. Sorry, Layla just opened the door to the laundry room. So now you hear that really loud. I'm going to wrap it in saran wrap and then foil. The only problem is I'm out of foil. So I might have to run to the store and get some foil to put over it. But anyway, this will be a nice side dish one night later. All right, you guys, so I ran in to get foil, and I decided just to go ahead and get some stuff I knew we were going to need for the week while I was in there. I spent like $48. We mostly needed some produce. Lucy was going through fruit and veggie withdrawal. She was down to just having carrots left. So anyway, I went ahead and got some stuff that we needed, and we'll still have to go back probably on Monday or Tuesday and get a few more things, but this is at least half, right? Lucy just got off her bath. So Lucy, you want to help me?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got these for Lucy.
The banana.
You're going to eat these because the other ones have been getting yuck because you haven't been eating them. You're going to eat them?
Yeah.
And we got her some peppers.
And some
What are those?
cucumbers.
And then she asked for this.
Broccoli.
And cauliflower mixed together. I have some ground beef that I thought that, these are hamburger buns that I wanted to make Nate some cheeseburgers, at least one or two throughout the week, and he really loves when I make homemade cheeseburgers. And the Great Value buns just did not feel very fresh, and these are really soft. They were, of course, like double the price, but anyway, I got some hamburger buns. The strawberries were Driscoll's today, and they look pretty good. So I got a big 2-pound thing of that. We've already gone through all of our strawberries from last week. Like we finished them in like 4 days. And I got some grapes. This big thing looked the freshest. There's one yucky one in there I'm going to throw away, but the rest of them look pretty fresh. And
I want one grape.
And these are the organic, but they were only $3, so I thought that wasn't too bad. And then I got a bag of Gala apples. Here's the whole reason I went in.
The yucky one.
I'll find it. The heavy-duty aluminum foil, and I like to buy the wide roll. That way it'll fit on the cookie sheet. It's life-changing. Got David some more instant breakfast. I got the kids, I already showed them that. I got the kids some french fries, just the thin, like McDonald's style french fries. Cinnamon French toast for Nate. More maple sausage. Hold on a second. Some more maple sausage for David's breakfast or mine or whoever's. We really like that, and I used the last of it this week.
And paper towels.
Paper towels for our kitchen.
Oh.
And then I went ahead and got Nate just a big thing of yogurt. We've been going through a lot of yogurt, so I thought this might be easier. It's just the regular strawberry Great Value yogurt. We still have some Greek yogurt left. So,
want some grapes.
You want some grapes? Okay. So we're going to put all this away, and I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit.
I get one in there.
Are you excited with all the fruits? Yeah. All right, you guys. It's the end of the night. I look great, by the way. I am so tired, and I feel like I look blurry. So I've been up since 5. I did not get a nap. I stretched my back out for about 30 minutes, and that's really as long as I can't even talk, as I've sat down today, and I'm still behind. Like, I have a pile of laundry. I'm really good about keeping up with the kids' laundry because they will run out of clothes. They will run out of like underwear and stuff, and we, for whatever reason, I guess have more, and I always get behind on our clothes. I think like Nate changes a lot and stuff throughout the day, so if I don't do their laundry like every day or two, they'll run out. So their laundry is caught up. Ours, no. Everybody loved the mac and cheese. I got the foil on the mac and cheese that we had left over. It's in the freezer. That'll be really nice to have either as a side dish or as a main dish or something. I don't know, with a salad. I did not eat much today. I just have not felt like eating. It's not good. I mean, I've eaten, just not normal amounts. Like, I didn't even finish my Chick-fil-A sandwich or my french fries, which is weird. It's really weird. But I'm just at a weird phase in the pregnancy where I'm just tired and I have zero energy. So I got a lot of that produce, hopefully to encourage me to eat some, it just sounded really good, like some fresh fruit and stuff. So anyway, it's been kind of a hard day with Nate. He has been so focused on those books, those dozens of books that we were forced to get at the library. Oh, he's already asked me to go back, and I'm like, not anytime soon. If we go back, we gotta take all these back with us. And he's like, no. So he gets on these kicks, and it's all he can think about for a while. So he has read every single one of those books over and over. He hasn't played on his Kindle. He hasn't really played on his iPad. He has done nothing but look at those books, and all day, all day, which is, I guess there's worse things that he could be obsessed with than books, but man, he has just been not his normal self today. But anyway, tomorrow is Sunday, so hopefully we have a good day at church, and tomorrow's also fall back. So when you guys are seeing this, it's probably like Monday or something, but we're falling back tomorrow. I hate time change with the kids because we don't get an extra hour. Let's all be real. We don't get an extra hour. The kids just wake up the same time as they normally do. It's just earlier. So I'm trying to let them stay up a little bit later, which I don't know why I think that's going to help. It never helps. Usually if I put them to bed on time, they sleep later than when I put them to bed late. But we're going to split the difference and put them to bed 30 minutes later and just see what happens. But I am exhausted. I still have to edit a video and do more laundry. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us today. I know it was a little bit of everything. Autism, meltdown in the library, life, kid life, mom life, grocery haul, recipe. It was like an all-together mess. But I hope you guys enjoy coming along with us. And maybe I'll vlog tomorrow. If I can stay in the groove of vlogging, it makes having videos a lot easier. The sit-down ones are really hard for me right now. I just don't have the time to do it. And I like to have these memories documented anyway. So I love you guys. If you like this video, you know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below. Please subscribe if you're new. We'll see you guys all later. Bye.